live! Yay!
Yay!
Hello!
Hi, everyone. Oh, can't wait to hear where you're from. Start introducing yourselves. I know there's a little bit of a delay here, but that really gives us so much energy when we start seeing you and hearing you, and just so much love. We'll introduce ourselves. I'll introduce ourselves however we want to do it here in a minute. I want to know you first. There we go. Yay! All right. Where are you from? Tell us where you're from, everybody. UK, Canada.
Bam. We're loading it up already.
Yes.
Today's super exciting because it's 1 month ago that we were on Earth Tribe for the first time.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, on Earth Day. It is May 22nd something? It should be.
Yes.
Special
Earth Tribe Day.
Special Earth Day 1 month after. Special Earth Tribe Day. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
22s, maybe we should. I mean, it's interesting that 22. Oh, because it was a Wednesday last time. I'm thinking it's interesting that 22 fell on a Friday both times, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, everybody's getting it now.
Yay!
Romania, Australia, Canada, Sweden, South Texas, Sarasota, Tunisia. Wow.
I love it.
It is fascinating.
I think all the other countries are more awake than the U.S. They come in, and then the U.S. starts coming in.
Yeah, they're rocking now.
Austria. Have we seen Austria before?
We have.
Oh, have we? Okay. Wonderful.
Yes. And it's a new moon tonight, entering Gemini. Thanks, Beatrice. That's really cool to know. Hamburg, Germany, Japan, Melbourne. It's 1 a.m. Yushin, hey! Thanks for being with us. Chile. Wow, Chile, France. Jeez, they keep rolling in.
I love it. Oh, this is that. Otherwise, this is why we know we're not just here talking to each other. Just although we know better, but still, you wouldn't believe the energy, how it comes through. And actually, I think you would believe because you are feeling it with each other. And so this is all this wonderful, beautiful give and take of love that it's our weekly love party.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm Julia Cannon. I'm so excited to be here with everybody. And just this is our party. Like I said, it's not here us talking to you. And I have here my teaching partner, my business partner, whatever, all kinds of partners. He's this wonderful, wonderful strategist. And this is why he's on board, because of what he does. And oh my gosh, he does pure magic when it comes to business. And I'm so excited. Actually, it's pure magic and everything else. I mean, you get this whole wonderful package wrapped up in Kaya. He's business, he's spiritual, he's very smart, very he's not bad on the eyes either. So I mean, it's like, can we get this thing, Any wonderful, wonderful experience. He is fantastic to work with and collaborate with. I just love working with you, Kaya. Anyway, Kaya Wittenburg, everybody.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, so exciting to be here, everyone. We have an amazing theme today. I think it's something that is a fascinating concept when you dive into it. And I think anytime that you do get into it, it leaves you with a feeling or invites you into a feeling of an uplift, because this exploring soul contracts as our theme and soul family is about a concept of uniting and bringing together our tribe and connecting with our tribe and realizing who our tribe really is in this world and this adventure that we've decided to go upon. And when I come and I introduce this concept into people that are a bit new into spirituality, I find that it's always a great sort of opener into things. because it's a way of understanding your life in a much deeper way that has more profound meaning, but also is very sensical and pretty logical too. It's like thinking about, were you meant to go into this world solo, just really solo, trying to figure everything out as a soul being and be disconnected and detached? Or were you meant to come into this life very strategically, in a very strategic, high metaphysical fashion, where you're having an amazing connection and strategy session and planning and interconnection to be able to make some decisions in advance for what this journey is going to be like, and just as important, the support that you're going to have on it. So it brings up a few questions when we look into soul contracts and soul family. The first thing may be looking at soul family and thinking about soul families. Let's see. As I go into this world, how does it work? Who are my guides? Are they physical? Are they non-physical? Who may they be? Are they my intermediate family? Are they meant to be strangers that I come and meet along the way? Are the relationships meant to be long? Are the relationships meant to be short? Oh, the questions. So many questions with this, right? And once again, as we get into a lot of metaphysical answers, the answers are more expanding than we initially think, because the answer to that is yes, all of the above. They absolutely can be. So it's interesting to look at this from a very open mind, in the fact of going into this experience and realizing that it's an ongoing process of realization and discovery. It's like the process of listening to music. When you listen to music, you don't think to yourself as you're listening to the music, oh, I must get to the end to have the payoff. No. Music is a process of the moment, of enjoying the moment completely, and the song. And there may be hints of what's to come and a little bit of excitement coming, but those are in closer intervals. They're not trying to get to the very end, because that's the end of the song, and what would be the point? Much like dancing. You're not dancing to get somewhere. You're dancing to express yourself in that moment. Like Julia's dancing now. And as we take a big look at this, into the journey of the soul, there's the introductory conversation that we have that's quite candid and goes something like this. So we finished this last journey that you've had, this last incarnation, and you've rested and you've healed and you've recuperated. What would you like to do next? What challenges would you like? Who would you like to bring with you? And then you can have cross-connective conversations, or when they come in. And maybe your best friend from the other life said, oh, me. Let's do this again. I want to come back as a business partner here. And then, oh, dad from the other life is, ooh, I want to be the son here. And maybe from a couple of lives before, you have somebody that was a tyrant in your life saying, oh, I want to make this up to you. I will come into your life as a burning lover. How will that be? You think, oh, that could be interesting. Are you free during this time? Yes, I'm free for that. And we're navigating our schedules in terms of our timing and our parallel realities and how we overlap these things. And we leave ourselves with some degree of structure in terms of how things will go, and other things that are meant to be pops, that are meant to be random chance, that are meant to be these things that catch you off guard when you least expect it. Those are embedded in there. And now there's even another layer to this that's a bit more esoteric, in that based on your challenges and your decisions in the moment and the version of Earth that you select, there's different soul support systems and family that come in based upon the decisions that you make of your free will. Saying, well, I'll come in if we go down this path of the earth and someone's saying, oh, we go down that part of the earth, then I'm going to be coming in there. And we're swerving and we're making these relationships and things are forming. And it's a very intricate, dynamic pattern that we're thinking about. And it's very beautiful because we all come with great expectation and anticipation of this, because the earth experience has such a large window for chance, probability, surprise. You just don't know what you're going to expect with the polarity and the density of the earth. It's that grand stage that's very, very big in spectacle into the universe with so many possibilities, and the ability to learn who you really are from different perspectives that are new and fresh, and the limitless windows and these relationships and these soul family and these soul relationships that come to you. They come to you offering the gift of a mirror. In their roles, they are merely pointing a mirror into you so that you see more of different parts of who you are through them. It's very interesting how they do that and how it forms this beautiful kaleidoscope of reflections and relationships. So it's interesting to think about when you take stock of the current relationships that you have. How does that relationship make you feel? How are you expressing yourself in that relationship? Do you feel like you're a lesser version of yourself? Do you feel frightened to speak up in some ways? Or do you feel that you need to change to get their approval or their acceptance? Those could be some common examples of a soul relationship that's taking on a negative vibration to it, because this is all free will. We make these agreements to come into each other's lives, but it's free will into the vibration and the direction that we get to rise with them. Or do we go into these relationships and we meet and we open up ourselves to that other person in our soul family and show our vulnerabilities and show our desires and passions and ideas? And do we boost one another up so that that mirror shows a reflection of growth or abundance and things like that? It's a very interesting thing when we look at our friendships. Yes, a quantity of a good friend, one portion of that would be, can you call them when the chips are down? Will they listen to you? And that is important because everyone needs to talk to somebody when the chips are down. Right. But there is even another quality that you may be surprised with. And it's even more important in that, who do you call when your life is rocketing? When things are really taking off, and you're showing your full excitement, your full love of life, your full energy, and you are so happy that something great happened to you. Who do you call then? Interesting who we choose there, because there is some friction in there, possibly, in that decision-making process with, oh, well, this is great news, but I can't call them because that might upset them if I'm doing well. Interesting that those blocks sometimes come in. And when you allow that energy of the excitement and the passion of sharing something that's really working for you, or a synchronicity or a joy or just something you're happy about, that person or people that you decide to call that you know will lift your spirits, those are absolutely your soul family. They are unquestionably. Interesting to think about how these things work. When you encounter somebody on the street, how do you know if they could be a member of your soul family or not? Mm-hmm. Well, you could look from within and see what feeling you initially get from them. With our soul family, we tend to get a feeling of instantaneous something, of something about that person that just resonates. Maybe it seems like you've known them for a long time and you've just met them and it seems quite weird. Maybe they remind you of someone and you initially think with the ego, oh, you remind me of somebody, but I just can't put my finger on it. Or maybe you just feel this feeling of you need to talk to them out of the blue for no reason. They could be on the other side of a room. They could be checking out. You never know where they're going to come through. You see, it's the surprise factor that's built into experiencing and enjoying our soul families. And it's important to remember that these families are not small and limited and combined to just your immediate family. Many, many times your immediate family, of course, is your soul family, but other times they're not. If there's an extreme dissonance and there's clearly a resonance where it's not working, it could be a period where immediate family is not your soul family. And that's okay too, because there are other parts of your soul family that are waiting for you. The key is not being chained down to a feeling that you must spend time and energy with anyone at any time in any place. There are no musts in any of this. You are free, always free, to unloosen your chains and explore other relationships and think that you don't have to just sit in this relationship. May it be a marriage, a divorce, a family relationship. And people say, well, I just need to stick into it. I just need to stay here. Stay here for the kids. Stay here because I don't know what else I do. Stay here because it's all that I know. Mm-hmm. And that's very common. But I guarantee to anyone that is out there thinking that, your soul family awaits and is welcoming you. And once the doors open, you will notice that those synchronicities come and you let go of chains, of demands, of structure that you feel, ooh, I've had for so many years and I can't shake them. Now is the time with the new earth to take stock of all of your relationships, because beautiful relationships await you. There are new things that are ahead. There are new possibilities and opportunities and people that you may be meeting in strange places that you may have never thought that you would. And you will get incredible stimulation from these relationships. Because in the 5D world, it's almost as if we're constantly meeting what you'd call a twin flame or a soulmate of people that are here to support each other and expand the very definition that we've come to attach to just a confined one-to-one relationship. You see, the new earth is a different kind of paradigm. It's a paradigm where it's a 1-to-2, a 3-to-2, a 4-to-4, a 1-to-5, a 6-to-7. See, these groups are all different, and the support and the possibility that lie within them to support one another are absolutely incredible. And a channel like this, a device like this, a mechanism like this, you wouldn't be surprised to find out that we are all part of the same oversoul. That if you have came in and you're listening to these words now, you've been brought here for a reason. And there are certainly parts of perhaps what I'm saying that resonate. That's the power of what we have together. This unity of the oversoul that we're in. And everyone that is participating and listening now, there is part of you and me, and there's part of me in you. And we are welcoming each other with open arms into this beautiful new bliss. So I say hello to my soul family, those that hear the words now. And once again, I will say how grateful and beautiful it is to be reunited in this world where we have the possibilities to create together endlessly, again and again and again, in every beautiful new moment of this world. I love you all, my soul family.
Wow. That was gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. And went right toward the end there when you're talking about everyone on this call and things like that. I was getting that this was a contract. This is a contract we all made to help support each other through all of this. And this was, like you said, this is a device. This was a mechanism that we, it's one out there. But this was one that we chose to help each other through this. So it's like you're saying, these families can be very big. And, so we did do that. These contracts, what I'm getting is, we had to understand them in the most simplest form first. And that's why they came to us in a very linear fashion. That's why Mom, when she was getting the information in the beginning, it came in a very simple form because that's what we needed to understand. We didn't understand this expansiveness at that point. Our minds couldn't conceive it. And now that they can, then we can broaden our understanding of contracts and negotiations and families and things like that, to encompass all these different areas that we do. And with that, I read through some of the questions before we got on, and that's jogging one of the questions, that hopefully this will help. It should, just by that, just what I said already, but I'm going to go further into it. And it was somebody saying, what if your grandparents passed, but they're going to reincarnate before you pass? Can you still pray to them? Can you still call upon them for help? Well, see, from what I just said, there's this whole expansiveness. We are multidimensional beings, always. And so just because we come back and we live in a life does not mean that we don't have access to these other parts anymore. I mean, we're always in these other realms. This is just one of the experiences that we're having. The soul of ours is just so expansive. This soul, this oversoul, whatever you want to call it, it's so expansive and having so many experiences. And that's part of it. If you call on a loved one, they're saying, even if they're alive, you can call it, because it's all energetic. Just because they passed doesn't mean anything changed. They just changed their physical appearance. That was it. Energetically, they're the same. They're still here, and here in many wares. That's an interesting word. So just feel free, because your energy goes out. It's a beacon that goes out, and whatever it is that you're wanting or asking for, comfort for, whatever, it goes out, and it's heard, and it is, it's addressed on so many levels. But the biggest one for each one of us individually is to know that we still have someone, because that's we feel alone sometimes, and so if we know that we have someone that we can still talk to, it left a huge, oh boy, here we go. It left a huge hole when my mother passed. And because we would talk, like every evening, we would talk on the phone. I mean, every day we were working together, and anybody that was around us very much, I'm just gonna be flat out open here. Anyone that was around us very much, especially in the work situation, we're both Aries. Anybody understand Aries? Everybody know Aries. You kind of know what's coming, right? We did this a lot, but that didn't mean we didn't love each other. I mean, my gosh, there's so much respect and love there for her and for each other, but we were together so much, and so that sometimes it seemed like it was this, I don't even know how to describe it, but every evening we would talk on the phone, and it was just, and that is something that was just so precious, and that's what I really miss the most, is our evening talks. And sometimes I still look at the phone thinking, oh, Mom's going to call in a little bit, but then she doesn't, and I'm like, oh yeah, she can't do that. It won't happen now. But I can call on her anytime I want, and I hear her. So see, it just shifted. That's all. Somebody needs this. I love you. Just know they're always there. They're always there. And it's just a matter. You don't hear them the same way. I miss our conversations, but I know she's there, and that always feels comforting to know. So they don't leave. They don't. Just like, I know this is different. This is a little different. I don't know where we got off on this part, but I guess that is part of contracts. When we make contracts, before you come in, you know that you had to die at some point in order to come back in. So I guess death is always a natural part of the conversation. But when we know that we're making contracts every time with all these people, so that we can work together, and I'll help you, you help me, whatever. I mean, we're all working together to do different things for each other. And that is very comforting to know that, okay, see, it doesn't end. We just go on to a new play. We just change costumes, and we just go on to a new one. And we have different roles. Like Kaya was saying, we play all these different roles with each other. Kaya and I know from a lot of different past life, other experiences that we've experienced ourselves, as well as others have had and told us about things. We have had so many lives together, plus ones that I've had, that I've had experience in my, it's like we have had so many lives together. It was a no-brainer that when he came into my life, it was going to be, okay, yeah, here we go, let's go, because this is something that we have done so many, not necessarily this, but we've just worked together. We've done things together. We've always been together. I mean, in fact, that's what came through on one of mine. I never told you that, Kaya, was that we've always been together. So this is just something that we do. That's why it's so natural for us. It's so easy. And it is easy. And that's kind of how it will feel with someone that is in your family and you have these, I mean, it may have been contracts that we made, but it gets to be where it's more than a contract, I think. It's an agreement. Contract to me kind of feels like it's something rigid and I have to do it. Where an agreement is we're working together and we made this agreement to come in and do whatever. And, and that's just it. When you're in the planning stages, it's like, okay, who do I work well with? Who can we accomplish this with? What can happen here? Who do I want to work with again? Stuff like that. And that's why we tend to have souls that we work together with a lot, because we like working together. If we get good things accomplished, maybe. I don't know, as far as whatever it is we're trying to accomplish, it must get done or we wouldn't keep coming back all together. Now, the ones that are the trials, like you were talking about, those can be either ones that we're trying to work out, stuff that, like you said, okay, how about we come back this time and try to get this worked out, something that happened in another life and it's now I want to make amends. Those are the karmic relationships and sometimes those can feel challenging because you're working out some old junk. And that's what's happening there. Again, but it can be done. It can be. That's the whole purpose of being here. That's one of the purposes of being with that person or those people, is to work those things out, because that was an accomplishment you wanted to have. It's like, okay, let's get these things cleaned up back here. All the while having these other agreements to do these other wonderful things, or whatever. So that's where we have a lot. We are busy beings. We are busy beings. We have a lot. We are multidimensional. They're showing me this picture. We are multidimensional in this other realm, but we're also multidimensional here on this realm. So take that one in for just a second, because it's like we have so many things happening, so many things that are constantly going on. It must take a major computer program to keep track of this, really. And so a lot of times when they say it's like a computer simulation, I can believe it, because it almost takes something like that to fully maneuver everything that's happening and all the roles and the plays and all the different plays and all the different. Can you imagine that? So you have a lot of plays going on and they all have to interact, and my brain couldn't do it. So, and I've just gone off on a thing here, but I could feel it going.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's the thing is these agreements we make, they can take on many different forms. But I feel like, and if you've had some karmic relationships, that's because we're trying to get those cleaned up before we go into this new area, this new earth. I mean, we're here, but that's part of this whole thing. Remember, it's shedding. We're shedding all of the junk, the garbage, the baggage. Well, guess what is part of that? Karma. Any karmic relationships. We want to get those done and resolved. And then we are free. So it's like if you're hanging on to something, look at it. Is it in your best interest? Is it serving you? Is it doing positive things for you? Or is it just something, like you were saying, Kaya, something that you're just doing because it's habit? This is what I do. This is how it goes. There's no good reason, but this is what I'm used to. Then maybe it's time to let it go. When it all comes down to it, it's to you. It's your personal decision of how you want to be in different relationships. Here comes oh man, gosh, who's this for? Speaking. Someone's having an issue telling their truth, speaking what they need to say. So it's your decision. Each one of us, we have a personal decision to make within these relationships that we have. And you made a comment there, Kai, and I'd like to explore that more. It's like if it's not in your highest good, then maybe, then that's our free will. That's where our free will comes in, and to make that decision. If it's not working, if it's not happening, and we've been working on this maybe for millennia, think about that. If it's been going around and round and round and round and round for millions of years, then, okay, and you were channeling a while ago, so I'd like to tap into that channel. Okay. It has to do with that. Are we able to then go, okay, this isn't this physical body here, can it say, okay, I'm done. I'm I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. I can tell that I've tried for millions of years and I've still been trying, and this just isn't, it doesn't feel good to be here. Is it all right to leave?
Leave? What do you mean by leave?
Walk away. From
a relationship.
That's just not, you've been trying and trying, and it just doesn't, you can't, it's like it's just not happening. I mean, I understand there's a walking away too soon and you haven't really tried, but let's say you've tried and tried and tried and it's just not happening. And I don't know what point you define that, but
there's a different outlook from a higher realm that energies coming now would wish to clarify a bit further. And that is the fact that it's not so much as leaving something that isn't working, but it's stepping into something of, shall we say, infinite possibilities of what is and what could. So it's a matter of following your heart energy, directing into your heart energy, and allowing that heart energy. That is it, is tapping into your heart energy as the guidance, as the direction, as the navigational point that moves you in the direction into that which serves you. When it does so, you'll be dropping that which does not. And it's not so much a decision as of, should I leave that, as much as a decision of, shall I just naturally follow this? So getting into your heart is the secret to doing this. And as we scrolled in through the chat, there was someone in there that said, I'm not feeling this right now. This doesn't resonate with me. And this exercise is something that could be very much resonating with him. When you're in a point of, say, resistance, and you want to get to a point and you hear something that sounds good, or you feel like there may be another relationship that can serve you well, take a breath and imagine energy flowing down in from the top of your head, and the energy coming down into your heart and resonating into your heart, and allowing your heart to be the mind, the actual mind that is the decision maker, the decision processor, and functioning as the ego would. Step into your heart energy, and you will get the answer and the navigation into those relationships that truly do serve you. This heart energy will never, ever, ever, ever steer you wrong. And it will always give you the inclinations and the impulses of what is right, and feeling a sense of passion, excitement, interest, curiosity in that direction that does. So the heart energy is the answer to that question that you have proposed, and following into it. And human beings are getting better with this. And the group in which we are discussing now are capable, very capable, and at a place right now where they are connected to the heart energy. The challenge now is to feel this heart energy more and be even more expressive from it. And that's when the good stuff will always follow.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, that makes total sense. Because we get stuck in these things of, if it's a contract, then I have to stay. I have to work this through. I have to finish. I have to. But
human beings are at a point in evolution now. This wasn't like this always, but now things are different in the new earth, as we are on a new earth that we are realizing now. And it is okay to rip up the contracts, so to speak, of what you are working through, because the new earth provides the possibility of instant connection, instant ascension, instant gratification, instant love that is more permeating than the polarity. You see, the people that are in the new earth have made that choice. So therefore, the people that you're focusing on and interacting with are going to be more driven into these new contracts and these new ways of thinking. And Lord knows the quarantine that we've gone through has inspired that and allowed us to take stock of these contracts and parts of our lives which no longer serve us. So stepping through that beautiful triangle of light as you go into it and you go into the other side of this new earth, you do find that the possibilities are limitless, and it's time to write up the new contracts, because anything that chains you to the past is no longer relevant. In fact, you're going to be losing your minds collectively and individually, losing your minds.
Can you elaborate on that?
Losing your minds in the context of the fact that human beings have been chained to their desires and their wish to recreate past situations into something of the future and drawing off the energy of the past to be reflective of how their future is to be and what their present is. It's like looking into the rearview mirror of your car and thinking, well, I've passed that, so I should probably go straight here. Oh, we made it past that tree. There's probably another tree ahead that would be just about that same proportion, but it's not like that. Creation is not like that. It's new, it's grand, it's lively, it's dynamic. In every moment, the map is completely different. So get rid of that. Look into the future, feel your passion, feel your heart energy, get grounded in it, and impulses of the future will be coming in that are welcoming from your guides, your non-physical, showing you the energy that's connecting you to your soul family and your non-physical guides is much stronger now. It can come through now because the veil is thinner in the earth that we are ascending through, and their energies are radiating, and they're coming to you through inspiration. So it's very, very important that you take stock of those moments when you get ignited feelings of inspiration, when a new thought comes into your mind, to not judge it, to take it for what it is, as something new, and think to yourself, wait, this may sound a bit crazy, but crazy is the new black. Take this feeling of inspiration and move forward into it, examine it and explore it. And as you get these feelings coming in of examining and exploring, those are the hands of your guides wishing to bring you even further into this new world of 5D reality. It's very interesting how this is taking place. It's very interesting how this is impacting everyone. And it's a delightful conversation to have.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's very interesting. And it's one of, I would think, great responsibility.
Yes.
To acknowledge, one, that it's your creation, because as we go into this, and it's your responsibility, it's each one of our responsibility to let go of what is not working and to move forward into what is.
Yes. Your true nature is better. It has no baggage. It has no weight. It is limitless. It is free, like light, like energy, beaming. The more you realize that, and you take stock into what is weighting you down, and you look into that mirror, and you look deeply into it, and look at what could possibly be the root cause of that fear or that thing that's holding you back, you'll notice that you can see right through it, that it is an illusion. It is actually an illusion because you are an omni-capable being. You are fully capable of doing anything that you wish to. You are only held back by your belief systems and the other chains and supporting beliefs and feelings and emotions and desires that are weighted off these initial belief systems that are generally embedded with the word too young, too old, too stupid, too smart, too this, too that, can't do this, too that, limited by twos. It's very common to human beings, but no longer is it necessary to have any twos in your vocabulary, no limitations into how you're approaching, only approaching everything with childlike curiosity as the driver once you have decided to look at the impulse and grab it and take it as a gift. It is the gift that you're giving yourself. That is very important.
Wonderful. I just want to That is fantastic. Just a little side note, a very bad storm is coming in, so hopefully my power stays intact. So
It'll be good.
Okay, good. All right. That is, I love it. I love it. It's essentially, we have a world with no bounds.
Yes.
What you're saying. And so then it's up to each one of us to take that. It's like, if you can have anything, do anything, be anything, what would you do? What would you be? And that's where we're at.
That you've brought up is the beginning of it all. It is important for you to get yourself in that state every single day. You see, that is the key to having everything that you want. That is the copy machine of the universe. The universe needs to have a sponsoring thought that it can begin a process of copying and recreating and manifesting and building. But a lack of that initial thought will not allow you to get to your dream life, because you have never initiated the physicality on earth to get it in motion. And it starts with the conscious amount of time to begin the thought, and the process unwinds from there. From the thought to the word, to the deed and the action and the movement, and then the individual action going up and resounding out into the collective action. Those are the different tiers of the manifestation, but it all begins with exactly what you've said, Julia. It is allowing yourself to be in your dream life state. And that state is best serving you right before you go to bed and right when you wake up in the morning, when you don't have the weight of so much of the world on your shoulders, and you started to get into that relaxation sleepy point that allows you to drop a lot of these energies and get into these different brainwave states that are going to be more creative, and dance in those states. And when you're laying there in that state, breathe into it and see everything that you want to see. See every person, see any place, see the beautiful house if you like a house, see the animals if you want the animals, see the alien higher level beings of light reaching out in their hand. If you wish to see that, it's a good idea, because we're waiting for you. In that same manifestation, the most beautiful beings of light are there and waiting for you with energy, welcoming you in to a communion of higher connection, of higher communication, of telepathic telepathy and consciousness working. And when you're in that state, you can share this vibration of your dream and your vibration and how the dynamics of that work with other versions of yourself, so that they may get that input. And in essence, you can be a nuclear-powered reactor from this earthly being that you are now, sending your energy out into every other part of you to benefit. You are at that point now in your evolution where you have that capacity to do so. And this is a big step if you just move forward with this and imagine all of these things that we're speaking about now, and they try to come through. It is the key to you living 100% your dream life of abundance.
See, so that's where we are. That's what we've been wanting. That's what we've been hoping for. We've been looking for. We've been going, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And it's here.
It is here.
And it's a matter of us just shifting into that mental vibration of what to do with it. Because we're just stuck, if we're in our other habits, I mean, anything that continues, this is the way I've always seen it. Anything that continues to look like karma or anything repeated or anything that's playing out is just habits on our part of things that we continually do, just because we're used to doing it that way. And so you're saying it's just hey, the doors are open, wide open, just do it whatever way, do a way that feels right, that you want to go. I'm getting the heavens are opening up and I have said they're
right thing.
Anyway, so I just keep getting these visuals of it's just like the barn doors are just completely open, and it's like it's what you want. But then with that, it's taking that responsibility to know that you are the one doing it.
Yes.
There was a question here, and it kind of, in first glance, it seems like it goes way off over here. But I think this is important because it goes along with that responsibility. It goes along with our creation, everything. And someone was saying, can someone tell me how to protect myself from psychic? And I didn't miss that part. The last part, I'm guessing psychic vampires, psychic something, psychic whatever's, it can be listed and labeled anything. But I think you know what I mean, right? As far as how to shield myself from anything negative going on and attacking me kind of thing. So
this may be a question of protecting yourself against any obtrusive invaders of someone wanting to come into your consciousness and take it away from you or make decisions for you or possess you or have these types of possessions. Yes? That is the question?
I think that's the gist of it, yes. That's part of the vibration of it.
The answer that we would like to propose is actually a question in and of itself, is do you prefer this type of feeling? Because there is an impulse that you have trained inside of you that you have been attracted to this as your nature. There's been a curiosity that you've decided to pursue and allow yourself to open into. It's a bit of darkness that you may have in you that is opening and extending out a curiosity to something which can form an energetic match. So what you are doing on a level which may be conscious or subconscious, in looking for the protection, you are actually sending out an invitation. Your invitation is for some lower vibrational densities out there to be awakened and to come to you to serve the role that you are asking for. And this can actually be an agreement if you wish. If you wish to, again, explore some of the darker energies or the possession or the things of the past which you've moved on for, there's another earth that is existing simultaneously in which those things will continue to go on and on and on as you continue to play the game of knowing and forgetting, of forgetting and knowing, of going back, taking a couple steps forward, taking a few steps back, and working through that, allowing yourself to be a victim by holding your hands out, allowing yourself to be possessed by acting and vibrating and welcoming in that type of energy. There are other energies that will come into, but I tell you this, that anytime you ground yourself into love, into the heart energy that we are talking about as a theme for today, that it is absolutely, fundamentally impossible by the nature of the universe to interact with any of those said beings, any of those low vibrational places. They do not come forward within the heart energy. There is a universal maximum magnet, much like magnets repelling each other that have the different types of force, they immediately butt backward. The heart energy will immediately act as that magnet. And if you ground yourself into that heart energy and project out, the heart energy will repel any of those thoughts of needing for protection. Your heart energy is the ultimate protector, and you don't need to think about asking for protection because it is just part of the nature. Grounding yourself into your dream life, into your dream heart, and allowing the natural energy and the goodness and the feeling of generosities, of gratitude, of feeling your life and thinking of all the many, many things that we're grateful for. It enhances your energetic escrow and allows the energy to get in motion again. And for a great period of time afterward, rejuvenating everything around and putting out energies around you, putting out these waves of desires and forms, and those naturally allow you to project down into your path. It's wonderful how this system works. So therefore, you do not need to reach out and look for types of protection and symbols of protection. Your protection is always with you, and it's not needed. You have this internal mechanism within you. Your scientists have now proven that your heart has a mind of its own and capabilities and capacities. Your heart vibrational aura is a protector in and of itself that extends far out beyond that of the physical constructs of your human bodies. And it's something you can count on 100,000% of the time. So go to your heart, feelings of insecurity, feelings of possession, scary feelings. When something's off, you go into your heart, breathe into it, and allow love to flow. And by that natural mechanism, you will be fine. That is the true nature of the universe and reality for all beings on all levels, in all dimensions, in all universes. It is a universe.
And we got the amen again. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, this is fantastic. And that is there. This is something that I had coming to me earlier today. So, and it goes right in here as far as like, and haven't seen it as a question or anything, but so many people with this time right now, I mean, and we're kind of through the scary part, the uncertainty and everything like that. Now we're into the, it's all moving and shifting, and we're into that uncertain part of knowing where it's going, and which we all know it's new normal, everything. It's like, this is your creation, it's wherever you want it to be. But I've sensed, and I know every so often in conversation with people, you'll hear people say that, they're really concerned about somebody, they're really worried about somebody, maybe their health with this or that, or whatever. I'm so worried about them. And that's been coming to me for a while, that doesn't serve anyone to send them worry, because it's all energy. And if you're sending them worry, then that's just, but when we send love, it's always come, it's just send love, just send love. Anyway, so if you want to expand on that, it's really the same thing you said, but I don't know if you want to add to it or not.
It is a projection of your ability to visualize and to be creative with your own thoughts that is the answer to that question. It is a function of being able to harmonize with that person in which you are wishing to connect with. If they are feeling ill or they're feeling sick, the way to connect to them would be to get in an imaginative, energetic place where you feel yourself matching their vibration. And in that vibration, you would think feelings that are of the most profound with vitality and energy and health. Those types of actions and feelings and visuals of what a healthy person is like, what it is like communicating and interacting and moving and exploring this world with them from a place that is very healthy, and imagining that and connecting with that, and then seeing and feeling their connection to you in this energetic state, allowing you to be even more healthy. So it's a dance that you will have with them, imagining and feeling higher vibrational states of the preferred reality than the lower vibrational realities that you fear. When you put yourself in that state and you have the mental discipline to be able to focus in on that and be cognizant of what you are thinking and putting them in the desired place, and then dancing the dance of your preference, you will be communicating with them and their higher self of that preference as a possibility, and they will be getting those same shimmers and glimmers of what health may be like, of what a healthy thought may be like. You are planting a seed that is growing, that will allow that energetic vibration to work through. So the key there is the thoughts of health and vitality and the energetic exchange in those, and imagining the interchange back and forth between you and them. And you may actually jump on the other side of it and feel it both, because you are often part of the same oversoul and able to do this. And if that is the case, you can imagine yourself giving it off and then feeling them getting that, and then feeling that energy, and then dancing and exchanging roles, and then you just giving and allowing them to receive. You can play with how this works. You can slide in and out of these realities. You can slide in and out of these roles of your soul family. This is master level stuff we're talking about here.
I was gonna say, this is big deal. This is cool.
QHHT work in the realms and the higher realms of consciousness. And we are going in with breakthrough moments today in how we are channeling through this energy, eyes wide open, moving through it. There's something new with Kaya today as we're working through this and feeling the energies of this collective working through. And we like how the messages are being conveyed in this fashion for future dialogues as appropriate as well.
Yes. And when you're doing it, like you were saying, it's a dance. And that, does that go back to why we dance?
Yes.
To make it easier to maneuver within these situations. So it's like, dance, everybody, dance. That's our true nature, is dancing. I truly believe that.
It is. Especially when you're not paying attention to who is watching you, and you're dancing in the moment and feeling the vibration of it and allowing that, and then allowing yourself to go through peaks and valleys and highs and lows and differentiate the moments. You see, it's the differentiation of your moments in life that have the maximum potential. As we go in through the spectrum of humanity, we tend to make choices that are very, very, very close to the last moment. Very, very, very close to the last moment in each moment moving forward, so that you feel a blended timeline of moment to moment to moment to moment to moment being the same, being linear, as if this massive tapestry of billions of decisions that could be made that are all over. However, the decision making is still kept very, very close in the tapestries. Very, very close. What we're doing with this type of thinking is we're allowing yourself to bend a little bit further out into what the moments can be. This is the key, a big key to your evolution, in not staying so tight to your linear timelines and being able to defy the nature of the human time frame and being able to experience even more preferred realities faster, because they are available to you in a much faster way. But it's a reflection. You must train yourself to think differently and a little further apart than your moment. So you can imagine skipping the in-between beats. So allow yourself to venture a little bit further out in your moment and imagine if things are already done. You can imagine it to make things simple. I'm sitting in a chair, watching.
The end outcome, like it's done.
Can you repeat that?
The end outcome, like it's done. Because you say, imagine it is done. So you mean like the outcome?
Correct.
Okay.
However, we're saying is choose an outcome that is not close as the next possible moment to where you are. However, is not so grand that your belief system says absolutely no way. So it's a way of just jumping your timeline, your natural limit timeline as it creates, and make a jump into a more preferred timeline without having to go through any of what you decided you needed to get through. This can be done with money. People love hearing that. This can be done with relationships, jobs, careers, things. You can jump timelines and change your present, past, and future realities because they merge. They all merge, and the human being consciousness will automatically snap into it and forget that it's actually jumped the timeline and makes it seem as though you're on the timeline all along. However, you have jumped. It's a natural mechanism that human beings have when you make jumps and they snap. But now you can be more consciously aware of these timelines, and it all starts, guess what? From your dream life creation, and knowing that creation and understanding where you're going with your dream life, and then jumping timelines. So begin doing this. Begin jumping just a little bit ahead of where you are in the next moment, and imagine if you're in that moment. Little bitty jumps, few steps across the room, finishing the page of this book, conveying a few thoughts. I'm 5 minutes ahead of myself. I'm 30 seconds ahead of myself, and I've already projected what I've wanted to state. You can begin doing this and loosening your out into these alternate timelines and take jumps. That is the nature and the future of human beings. And everyone that is listening to this now is fully well and capable of doing it because you are enlightened beings. The collective vibration of the people that are listening right now is considerably higher than the average of humanity. They're following the heart energy. They're connecting. It's a beautiful conduit of love that is circling, that is happening here. We know we've said a lot.
Yes, you said a lot. Hugeness. Where's my question in there? Okay, the timelines. So it's like it's event to event to event rather than times. And then, like you said, they're all so close together or whatever in the tapestry that it seems to be they're all related. Now, okay, so we're jumping timelines. And have we always been doing this, but just haven't been aware of it? Have we always been capable of doing this, or is this something new?
We've always been doing it. However, we had a much thicker degree of a veil that allows us to see the many options, the limitless options that we do have. And the veil has made us always feel as if we are very much in a more dense state, as if we are progressing forward down a very dense timeline. And that density pulls us away from being able to even see or feel or jump or go to different directions. And it's impacted free will. But the good news is that human beings and humankind has evolved greatly from the medieval ages and these times when there was great oppression that was governing the world and spreading and limiting people from feeling and being who they really are. And now it's at all-time highs in terms of how humanity can express themselves. And the windows have been open and the veil is thinner. And as you look around on all sides, you can see all of your options. All that it requires is you tapping into your creativity and setting aside your judgmental mind and looking at your life from a wide open perspective of what if. Leading with a what if. Well, what if I decided tomorrow I was going to go right into the gym without even thinking about it, and I was going to do those bicep exercises that I've been putting off, but I really want the big, nice biceps. I don't know. It's just an example of what it may be. It can be applied to anything.
You had the big biceps.
Yes. You may jump and jump. You can get to the point where you already have them if you want, but baby steps first, and then much larger steps you can, because this is a matter of practice.
Right, and that kind of trains. Is that like to the mind and everything? So
correct. The more you practice in jumping your timelines and small points, the better you will get with it, and the more aware you will be flowing through it, and you won't forget as soon as you get to that place that you jumped. When you often now you get to a place that you may have jumped a little bit, made a decision on a different timeline, and everything snaps into place so quickly as if you never even made the decision at all, but you'd have. You've gone to a totally different world. You're always shifting. The earth does not change. The earth never changes. You merely shift into the version of the earth that is part of your belief system, and you switch into that reality and that timeline. That is the true nature of what is happening with the time-space continuum that human beings flowing through.
And so here's where I hear the responsibility, or the whatever, the training comes in, is that can happen, but then you might maybe, oh my gosh, this is too good to be true. Oh my goodness, this is what just happened here. Oh my goodness. And, if you're not bringing your full self with it, then you can, because we're jumping timelines all the time. So you jump there, because you jump there to that new one doesn't mean you're going to stay there. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so, because it's always up here. It's what's this thinking and this feeling.
Correct. When you make your jump, though, you do have a new reality in that you have a new present, past, and future based upon that reality. You still have the choice of whether you can revert to that, but reverting to that will be a reversion. It will not be a part of the organic line that you are on with this new reality. When you make a jump, you make a jump. You have the option of going back, but you have jumped to your new place with a new vantage point that is fresh, that is completely unique, never experienced before by anyone or any being in the universe. Always. There is never a single matched moment. Every moment is always unique, always a new experience. And splitting at infinite amounts of seconds is a new experience that you are moving through, moment to moment to moment to moment. And they are all fresh and they're all unique. And they all encompass a new version of you. You are fresh and you are new in every millisecond that you go through.
I love it. So we're back to that statement a while ago of I can be anything, I can do anything, so that's why you were saying that is the vital ingredient of that's what starts it all. And if you stay in that place, that presence of mind, it just keeps opening up all of that new heart stuff. As long as you're coming from that place.
Focused daydreaming.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Focused daydreaming. Focused
daydreaming. Allow yourself to get into a state of focused daydreaming and feel the beauty of your creation. For those of you that are into art, this is the most amazing artistic creation that you have, and it's already in your head before you even see the painting. Many times you see these beautiful things and you flow directly into it. We are all artists in our nature, in our mind, in our creativity. We've just repressed it now by getting distracted by other things. When you go back into your true mind, you can paint the most beautiful painting of canvas that is your life, that is your dream, and it's deserving of your time and energy to match on a daily basis, to feel at least once or twice a day. And you will notice the residual benefits and the relationships and the people and the support from your guide, the reverberation effect, the ability to transcend time, the ability to be more conscious of your decisions, snapping your timelines and understanding your ability to jump. All of these things happen when you get into alignment with your heart energy and you allow yourself as the first step to be the daydreaming principle that we are outlining here.
This is so amazing. I love this. I love this. I've always been fascinated with the subject of timelines, and you have gotten into it so deeply. It's fantastic. I hope we're not too deep. You're doing a quick scan. You can tell. You said they can handle it. And I'm feeling that too. They can handle it. It may be deep water, but they can handle it. So, this, I mean, really, when you think about it, guys, what just happened here is all possibilities just opened up. All possibilities, all wonderful things, anything you want, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Because you were saying we are capable of doing anything. All we have to do is just establish it for ourselves. I can do this. As soon as you shift your mentality to that, then everything opens up. And I guess it's that new timeline that's opening there for you.
Yes.
When you do that.
Yes. It's a fascinating way to open the curtain into the true nature of reality and the true nature of life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's what you wanted, right? We wanted to know who we are, why we're here, what's this all about. And that's part of this agreement too. Remember, we all came in here together to help each other to remember. And that's what this is all about right now. We're doing that. We're all helping each other.
Yes.
This is huge. We just made some huge revelations here today.
Yes.
This is so cool.
We have collectively, the people that are participating, that are listening right now in this very moment, creating a simulacrum or another form of reality in which we are existing, and we are rewriting some of the parts of a collective and rewriting some of the agreements of the full reality, of the consensus reality that we are in. The power of this group is quite interesting in how it is affecting, and we can meet in this place at any time. It is not confined to here, listening at a particular time. We are rewriting this together and feeling how it is being rewritten, and the world is changing now as we think and as we speak. There's a very interesting thing that is going on right now energetically with this conversation of enlightened beings.
Wonderful. Okay. Somebody has a burning question. I'm feeling it. I'm waiting for them to pop it up here. So while we have you in the state, I don't want to waste it. Well, here's someone. I think we've kind of answered it though. No, I think we've answered that one. Well, I'll go ahead. How do we know if we're bound to a lifelong contract, and how might it serve us? So what are some ways of knowing if it's, I think we've kind of answered that, but maybe.
Yes.
It feels like there's still something in there.
Yes. You can tell by the question that there's weight in the question, the vibration of the question into a life-bound contract. And as we stated before, the contracts are being rewritten and ripped up and thrown out. It's a matter of you looking into that contract and realizing, taking a look, in acting out this, will it serve me? Will I see myself in a new way? Will I experiencing myself in a new way that'll balance whichever energies I've set out to? So as I look at this relationship or this experience that I've been bound into, what is the use? Look into things for their usefulness. Am I serving myself? Am I serving others? What is the purpose? If you look into the purpose and it is hollow, then it's something that you must let go because it will be weighting you down. Simply go into your heart and focus and saying, how does it make me feel when I think about this contract? How does it make me feel when I think about dealing with this person? How does it feel when I get into the mind state of processing what this contract is? You see, you can trust your feelings for these things. If you look into your contract, and you look into that relationship and it makes you feel as if it's a lesser version of yourself, you know that it is something to discard. However, perhaps the contract is something that makes you feel as if you can do better and you can improve, and you know you can. And perhaps you've been the one that has not been performing, and you wish to do some better and do some good. Then that contract can serve you as a way of stepping up your game, so to speak, in terms of being a better version of yourself. So these contracts, you can look at them more closely and realize, how can it serve me? Some will not serve you. However, some may serve you as sources of inspiration. You see, they are written in many different ways, but it requires a bit of self-examination to get to the root of these things.
Absolutely. Here's someone that's a little bit lost. I love it. Thank you for admitting this.
We'll play some hide and seek.
Yes, yes. It's the first time I've ever watched one of these, and I'm completely lost. You need a contract to free yourself. So something was, I don't know what she means by that. I don't know if something was misinterpreted, misunderstood.
It's understandable that someone could pop into this conversation and go into a very deep context and feel a little bit lost. That may be quite a normal feeling. It's okay. We're all here together. If you see that out there, everybody out there that's participating, go hit some love, give the little heart to whomever is doing that, and realize that we're all in this together. We're all journeying. We're all learning, whether we are at the beginning phase and a little confused, or whether we are all very confident and understanding and vibing and giving thumbs up and we're right there together. It doesn't matter what level we are at. All that matters is that we are here for each other, helping, to supporting, and listening with open ears and an open heart to take on the resonance of what is being sent here. Part of what is being sent here are constructs, are vocalizations of ideas and concepts that must be processed, and that can be confusing. But what is not confusing and what will go through is the vibration, because the underlying vibration of this conversation is based in love, and it has an uplift to it. And when you listen to it and feel the actual melodic tone and vibration, it is supported from higher levels of intelligence and feeling and love for all of humanity and for what this group is accomplishing together by being part of this collective. And immediately the person can feel an embrace of the love and the hug that we are sending now. The entire group can send out this love right now to that being that is feeling a little lost. Feel the full connection of our heart energy as being guides and urging you to come along a path into greater recognition into who you really are. Don't get too caught up in contracts and this and that and things that must be. Just listen, participate, and have fun with the conversation. Be playful with the concepts. Have fun, participate in the conversation. Get yourself thinking in new ways. Think about connecting the dots in new ways like you've never had before. And treat this as one big play for what it really is, as one big playground to express yourself. And if you're feeling good about how this expression is coming through, share it when we're through here, listening to this particular set, and share it with others, because it is coming from a place of love and evolution of the human spirit. And that is what we're doing today. It is an evolution of our mind, body, and spirit. It is a deeper connection into our hearts. It is an allowance of our hearts to actually lead the way down the path into our preferred realities. It is an experience into the dream world and getting closer to our dream lives that we're connecting. It is an experience of us connecting with those that may need our help, that may be sick, and allowing us to reframe how that connection is to the person that is sick, so that you are serving them in the best possible way, and they are attracted to that which is health instead of worry. All of these things are happening simultaneously through this conversation and many, many more. So participate, enjoy. Don't worry if you're not catching up. It's going to come in, and with each conversation in the future, we will build more and more and more momentum on these concepts. They will be more and more natural, and we will continue to build on them and add other layers of realities. We're all in a place where we can digest this now. The training wheels are off. It's time to ride our bikes and have some fun.
Another thing that might help is It's possible she missed. I mean, if people know you, they know when you're channeling and when you're not on Kaya. And so I know that that we've tapped into these beings that come through Kaya many times. And can you maybe explain who you are that is speaking right now?
Today we are acting outside, bringing in a collective of many different levels of non-physical energy. It is the culmination of energies, particularly star energy, that we work with. And these stars have a great deal of juice that comes through. And by Kaya opening up to this juice that is coming through, it is enlivening and awakening his mind in a way in which he is gravitating to our concepts and dancing and allowing that to come through. There's a sense of openness that he's bringing through. He's always had a very, very, very strong connection to star energy. And now many stars are taking place in this journey together, meshing in, crisscrossing energies and coming through as the energy that we are now positioning through our guides for the earth into this new reality. We've been with you for eons and eons, and now we are watching this transformation. It is a grand participation. It is a great awakening, and this star energy is here supporting you. Many of you also have parallel connections to this very same types of stars that are feeling these energies. Primarily, there are a couple that tend to lead the way of Arcturian energy, of Sirius energy that come through, but there are many more that are the collective energy of light, of sun, Polaris and light. And when you look up into the night sky and you see starlight coming to you and you're attracted to a particular star, you have a connection to that star. And part of you is in that star because that is the true nature of the world, of the universe, of just how powerful we are and just how connected you are. You see, you're not just connected to human beings on Earth and past lives and future lives. You are connected to all kinds of civilizations, all in the universes and all of the eons, and they all come through supporting and connecting. And now you are in a position where you may be giving out your energy in a way that is a leadership type of energy, that is a guidance type of energy that you are putting out to different versions of you. And the more that you do that, the more that this light will come through. You see, this is a breakthrough now for Kaya to expand into this with his eyes open, like Suzanne once challenged him to come through and actually challenge with his eyes open to channel. First, he thought this may be quite difficult because it could be distracting, and the perceptions that he's getting from his eyes may distract him from that channeling and dissipating that energy. But now it is working, and this is something new that can be tapped into. In communication, it adds to the element, the human experience, to feel this dynamic human form talking instead of eyes closed. Yes, it is fun. It is interesting to experiment, and we greatly appreciate. Much gratitude out to the group for sharing the energies and the love and inviting us with open arms. You see, you as the group have actually started this. You've wanted this. You've given the invitation out, and Kaya has more than greatly obliged to this. And we are always here for you, ready to come in at any time to tap into this. You may feel these feelings. There are many different stars and civilizations and other planets that are close, that are protectors of the earth that come through. Some of these names you know, they're more mainstream, some of them you do not. The mainstream names that you may feel Palladian energy from the Pleiades star system, can feel the energies of Andromeda, can feel Polaris energies, North Star energies that you feel there. There are many that you can feel that are close to the earth, that are connected. Some you can't see in the sun. Some you cannot see in the night sky because they are actually in slightly different dimensions, but they still can connect to you and take that in. This may be for a different conversation about the nature of different dimensions and connecting through different dimensions and skipping through and allowing yourself into that energy and feeling yourself into different dimensional energies and the actual impact of dimensions and transforming through dimensions. But we'll save that for a different conversation. Right now, we are right on track to where we were meant to go. Mm-hmm. Covered everything that we were meant to cover. Engaged in everything that was meant to be for this conversation in this special moon activity of today.
Yes, I agree. And you answered, you read my mind, of course, because I was going to ask why are you speaking through Kaya? And you answered that. So it was all this group agreement. So we're back to agreements.
Yeah. Agreements. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. While we have you here, I feel like this is such hugeness, and I don't want to take it in any other direction. So I would like to ask for maybe a final message, just something that you would like to leave us all with.
No need to convey just words. Simply listen to the vibration of the sound, and that will be the completion and the icing on the cake. Close your eyes. Take a breath. In. Another breath in. And out. And now we'll be homing into some sounds. Sound from the stars, bidding you farewell, wishing you lots of love and light in this spontaneous exchange of information. Thank you very much. What a beautiful journey this was.
Thank you. Thank you. Gorgeous. Thank you, Kaya. That was absolutely amazing.
Yes. All right. That was good.
Very good.
For anybody that enjoyed this and you're kind of new to the conversation and think this was pretty cool, there's a basis that for me that got me into this and my ability to channel and my ability to tap into these energies, and it was QHHT, which is Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique, which is the technique that Julia's mother, Dolores, invented. We have a level 1 online class that you can learn. That was the basis of everything for me, that started me on this crazy, awesome journey of being able to tap into this energy. And Julia, you show the coupon. We have a coupon code if you want to take the class online. It's lots of love to take the online QHHT course. So coupon code is lots of love, and the website is QHHT official. You can learn lots more, join the family, and it's a beautiful connection together. Wow, today was super cool.
Very. This was new. I love it.
Really new. It was really spontaneous.
Absolutely. And so I guess that's what 22s have to do. You know, yeah. We're asking, okay, it's interesting that we're on Earth Tribe again on the 22nd. And it was like there's something special, you know, about this day just because of the 22. And yeah. So very, very cool. Oh, can you confirm this? I'm just seeing this visual, and I really do mean to sign off here, but that it's like, oh, because you said it was a new moon. Maybe you said this at the very beginning. Is the veil the thinnest at the new moon?
It's very, very thin at this particular moment, which allowed for an increased power of the transmission and the energies coming through, and having that energy come through in a more malleable fashion that's more workable. It's able to come out more in an interesting kind of dynamic way. So cool. A malleable and bright energy coming through specifically on today. So everybody out here today's a great day to do stuff, like do stuff.
Do stuff.
You have energy on your side today. There's a special time in the earth right now, today, to go out and just do stuff. And whatever you set your mind that you want to get into today, you can get into something really good and really fun and be really alive, more importantly, with what you choose to do. And it's a part of the vibration of what I'm saying and the energy that's rekindling with this. So, you know, go out, do, enjoy, love, heal, fabulous moon, this new moon.
Fantastic. This has been wonderful. This has been wonderful, Maya. This has been wonderful, everyone. Love it, love it, love it. I love what we were talking about today. I think we can get more into it at another time because it's such a big, huge, I mean, you opened up something that is so huge. I would love to explore more of it. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Lots of fun in the future.
Absolutely. This is so cool. We're always exploring new things. So this is wonderful. That's where we're at. See, we're not at, oh my gosh, it's like what can happen. And so like it's exploring. Yes. We're beyond all the other stuff now.
We are.
I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much. We'll be back. We'll let you know. Just stay posted to our notifications and everything as to what channel we'll be on. And
so as we go on this channel, hit the notifications. You can get the notifications when we're on Earth Tribe if you hit Earth Tribe notification. So that, and yeah, we move around and we go to different channels and we take the energy there. And, that's the purpose, is to really connect and get our tribe growing and feeling and just super connected to this. It's so exciting how we have this energy matrix all around the world. There's so many different countries, how this is reverberating. We're forming this grid, seeing this beautiful grid right now that is all over the world, all of our energies. And it's actually going through the earth too. So the energy is actually going through the earth and connecting us. Amazing.
Wow. I just saw somebody wanting to know the the website address again. So that's QHHTofficial.com.
Yes.
Also, someone had asked, I saw in there that they have a friend that would just love to hear this, but they don't have Facebook. These videos all get posted into our YouTube channel at some point.
Yes.
Right. So, and so like within a few days. So then that would be the QHHT official YouTube channel that they'll be posted there so that anybody can watch there too.
Good.
Yeah. Share if you think somebody would be interested in this, let them know. This is some good stuff that we were just talking about. I love it. This is how we work with this. This is how we do it. Anyway, love you all, everyone. Thank you so much.
Oh, one last thing is we're putting up new blogs also on QHHT Official that are really good ones. The new blogs that we're posting are all exploring different levels of consciousness, and we're doing a new drive in the future of putting up more and more content. So, you could read up and get some really cool content that's super expansive when you read it, that's super healthy for the soul. And that's something also that's coming up in the future. So I'm very happy with that.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Okay.
All right, everybody. Everybody's saying goodbye, feeling cleansed. Love you. Yes, awesome. Love you all.
Thank you all for being here. I mean, all the different times of day that you are. We love you. We are so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful for you, Kaya. I'm so grateful for our team. I'm so grateful for this world that we live in. I love it.
Bye, everyone.